daughter Jerome was there. Yeah, because I asked him, it's room temperature, I tell him don't put ice.
Oh, wow.
Anyway,
You are, it is good to learn from you.
did you have a good afternoon?
I did. We went to Bonefish Grill, which was amazing.
Yeah, that's the best fish restaurant. Anyway, just enjoy yourself.
Welcome, come on in. Welcome. We're going to start in about 4 minutes, 5 minutes. We'll let people come on in. I'm Rabbi Zeri. I don't know if, we'll wait till more people come in, but if we wanted to, for the first 5 minutes of services, just say hello to each other.
We Jews rarely start on time.
Okay.
So you can try all you want.
All right, for the record, I'm here, but minhag, a makom, the custom of the congregation is we're going to wait for a few more people to arrive, so we'll be here soon.
Thursday they may do it quicker for you. But don't be offended if it's after.
Yanda na 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 yanda na 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 ya na na yanda na 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 yanda na 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 yanda na 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 ya na na ya na 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 ya na 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 ya na na Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. It's so wonderful to see so many people here. I'm Rabbi Zeri Sussman from Coconut Creek, Florida. I am thrilled to be here this weekend and meet everybody. And I'll be thrilled at her. We have a wonderful dinner planned after. I was in the kitchen. It smelled amazing. So I hope to see you all there. And just really happy to welcome you to this most special Shabbat. Let's begin on page 11. We start Kabbalat Shabbat with Psalm 95, and I'm reading on the side here of the page. We may visualize this psalm as a pilgrimage psalm. The leader calls upon the assembled to come on a pilgrimage and participants to join in a mood of joyous celebration. And that's really what Kabbalat Shabbat is. Observing the crowd, the leader then issues a warning to the participants. The generation that wandered in the wilderness had closed their hearts and covered their eyes, seeing only the difficulties, but not the majesty of the enterprise, and so did not enter God's resting place. The poet asks us to join this pilgrimage with faith that, despite obstacles, we will greet the one who fashioned the heaven and the earth, and we'll greet him with joy. Let's read responsively on page 11. Let us go and sing to Adonai, let trumpets praise to our protector. Filling with thanks, let us greet God, rising our voice in song. Come then, let us bow and kneel and bend our knees in the presence of Adonai who formed us. For Adonai is our God. If you would only listen and obey God's voice and not become hard-hearted like the people of Meribah, like that time in Massah in the desert when your ancestors tried me and tested me, for they had seen what I had wrought. 40 years I was troubled by that generation, and I said, these are a people whose hearts have gone astray. They do not know my way. So in anger. Yes. Okay, let's continue on page 13. So please sing along if you are so inclined. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru Me'yom Le'yom Nishuato, Sapru Lagoyim Kevodo, B'kol Ha'amim Niflotav. Ki gadol Adonai hulal me'od norahu al kol Elohim Ki kol Elohe ha'amim elilim va'adonai ashmai masa hod v'hadar lefanav oz v'tiferet b'mikdashto havu ladonai mishpachot amim havu ladonai kavod va'oz havu ladonai kevod shemo seu mincha Uva ulechatzrotav einai, Hishtachavu ladonai behadra kodesh, Chilu mipanav kol haaretz, Imru vagoyim Adonai malach, Avticha tevel bal timot, Yadinamim b'mesharim, Yismechu hashamayim v'targel haaretz, Yiram hayam umelo, Ya'alu Shaddai v'kol asher bo. Az yiranenu kol atze ya'ar lifnei Adonai kiva lishbot haaretz yishbot tevel betzedek be'amim be'emunato yanai nanai na yanai nanai Page 15. Adonai malach kagel haaretz yismechu ayim rabim, anan garafal savivav, tzedek u'mishpat michon kiso. And we read together in English or read silently in English or in Hebrew. And on the bottom of 16, Ahuvei Adonai Surah Shimor Naflot Chasidav Miad Rashim Yatzilem Or Zaru Ala Tzadik Ulishrela Simcha Simchu Tzadikim Badonai Behodu Lezeker Kodsho. Continue on page 17. Shiru ladonai shir chadash ki niflot asa Hoshia lo yamino uzore kedosho. And let's continue on page 17, reading responsively. Sing to Adonai a new song, for Adonai has wrought wonders. God's right hand and holy arm have brought deliverance. God felt faithfully and kindly with the house of Israel. The very ends of the earth saw God's saving power. Let the sea and all that it is in it roar. Let the earth and all who inhabit it thunder. Let the rivers clap hands while mountains sing in harmony. Greeting Adonai, who comes to judge the earth, judging the world with justice and the nations with truth. Let's continue on page 21. Please stand in spirit or body as you are able. Havu ladonai b'nei elim, havu ladonai kavod va'oz, havu ladonai kivod shemo, hishtachavu ladonai behadra kodesh, kol Adonai alamayim el kavod hirim, Adonai almayim rabim. Vayar kidem kamo egel Lebanon v'siron kamo vein reim. Vayehesof yarod uvhechalo kulo omer kavod. Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Let's continue on page 23. We'll sing the first three paragraphs of Lecha Dodi, and then we'll sing the last paragraph. So the first one will go, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmianu el meuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'teferet l'tila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki hi mekor habracha, Merosh mikedem nesucha, Sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Mikdash melech ir melucha, Ku mitzei mitocha hafecha, Rav lach shevet beyemecha bacha, Hu yachamol alayich chemla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Now sing of your handiwork. The arrogant do not understand. The fool does not comprehend this. The wicked flourish like grass. Every evildoer blossoms, only to be destroyed forever. Surely your enemies, Adonai, surely your enemies will perish. All who commit evil will be scattered. As my enemies gather against me, my gaze remains steady, for my ears listen and hear. In old age they remain fruitful, still fresh and bountiful, proclaiming Adonai is upright, my rock in whom there is no flaw. Tzadik tamar yifrach, ke'eretz ba'levanon, yizkei shetulim, beveit Adonai, bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu. Od yenuvun baseva, deshenin vera'anin, iyu lehagid, ki yashar Adonai, tzuri velo avlatabo. We continue on page 29. Let's read the English responsively. Adonai is sovereign, robed in splendor, girded in strength. The earth stands firm, not to be dislodged. From the earliest time you were enthroned. You are eternal. In your house, beautiful in its holiness, your testimonies endure, Adonai, for all time. And there's a really nice reading on the side of the page that I'd like to do together. So if we read together. Entwined in worlds, enwrapped in glory, you are. So it has been, and so it is, eternally you are. Waves pounding out their songs reach up to God from their depths. For the song of the sea, beaten to the sound of the breaker, tells of God's within. These are proof enough for the faithful that you are the Lord of all time. Now we continue for mourners and those observing yard sites. Please stand or in body or spirit as you are able. On page 30. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah b'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich machutei b'chayechon uvyamechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yit pa'ar v'yit roman v'yit naseh v'yit adar v'yit aleh v'yit halal shemei dekudusha le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata ta'amiran be'alma v'imru Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru. Amen. So, one of the highlights of conservative Judaism, as opposed to Orthodoxy, is the acceptance of the fact that Judaism evolves. Jewish law evolves. It is really a distinguishing feature between the conservative and Orthodox approach to life. And I'm a conservative Jew and a conservative rabbi, and my personal life and my religious life has evolved greatly. Okay, I'm going to put this off. I started life, I'm just going to put my watch away because and the fuss. So it's been a real fun weekend being here. I apologize. Usually I remember to turn my watch off, but so it's been a real fuss being here, and I have to apologize for it dinging. So I'll start again though. And as a conservative Jew, we try, but we don't always make it perfect, but we always do better. I started out life as a computer engineer. I ran a Gilbert computer business. I learned marketing, customer management, and excellent customer service. We did well as a business. I also learned about myself and the world, that these are good things, but I wanted more in my life, more meaning, to contribute something else. So I wanted to share the Judaism that is so central to my identity. I want to live in service and support of others. So I took a step back, sold my business, took a risk, and went to rabbinical school in order to see what I could do to make the world a better place. That was years ago, and it is the best decision I've ever made. I'm now equipped not only to be an engineer, but to nourish Jewish souls with knowledge, teaching, Torah, and a different kind of heart. Since rabbinical school, I've been honored to work as a permanent pulpit rabbi, an interim rabbi at Temple Beth Emet in Scottsdale, and to train as a chaplain at Jackson Health Systems in Miami, Florida. The interim and chaplaincy positions focused on training on how to be a helpful, non-anxious presence while individuals and communities manage transitions. During my time as a pulpit rabbi, I was the principal of a very successful religious school. At the beginning of the year, we would have an orientation for the Hebrew teachers, and I would talk about the story of creation. In Genesis, the first book of Torah, we are told the story of creation. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Over the next 6 days, God created the heavens, the earth, oceans, mountains, every kind of plant, animal, fish, and a human named Adam. And on the seventh day, what did God do? Okay, rested. And so God created all these things with simple utterances, simple commands, and then he declared ki tov. It was very good. After Shabbat, God looks at creation and says, it's not good for human to be alone, no tov. So I'm going to make this human a helpmate. And we have this really interesting thing starting midway of Genesis chapter 2. Genesis tells us this story. He takes every single animal on earth and he brings them to the human to name, and finds that the human says, "Oh, this isn't an appropriate helpmate for me." Which is, I wasn't taught this in religious school, but can you imagine this? Oh, that's a goat. No, that's not going to be, that's not going to be my spouse. That's a cow. That's not going to be my spouse. That's a chicken. Not going to be my spouse. It's a weird story. It's a weird story. So God makes Adam fall asleep, and God creates Eve. So, and you think about the story, after 6 days of an easy creation, let there be light. Boom, there's light. Let there be a moon. Let there be plants, and they're plants. After 6 days of creating everything, no problem, why does God suddenly have a problem finding a partner for Adam? Is it really more complicated to create a human relationship than it is to create the sun? Torah's telling us, yeah. Torah's saying, yeah, it is. It turns out people are incredibly complicated. And that makes relationships more complicated. Tradition says one of our jobs on earth is to assist God in completing creation, to be helpmates for each other, not just spouses, but helpmates for each other, to be in a community. And Judaism has rules and rules and rules on how to do that. And boiling it down to sort of an overarching thing, overarching values. One of them is I found that this idea of that we each have our own experience, ideas, values, and hopes. They don't always coincide with our friends' desires or the community's directions. And disagreements are healthy and enlightening when we view them as a way to develop our values and deepen relationships with each other. Loving kindness and respect for each other go a long way to creating a holy community that can thrive and grow and shine. My blessing for you this week, view every conflict in your life as an opportunity to be lovingly honest, grow, strengthen, and heal your relationship. View your bonds to each other and to others as sacred, holy bonds that help complete the work of creation. Shabbat Shalom. Let's continue with the Baruch Hu on page 39. Baruch Hu Etz Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch, please be seated. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvarav ma'ariv aravim. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzavot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamidim lo chaleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Hamari Varavim, page 40. Avat olam beit Yisrael amcha hafta, Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shokveinu u'v'kumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu ve'orech yameinu uvahem nehege yomam v'layla ve'vatra al tesir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael, page 41. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavcha, u'v'chol nafshecha, u'v'chol me'odecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh, Asher Anochi Metzavecha Hayom Al Levavecha B'shinantan Levanecha V'dibarta bam B'shivtecha B'veitecha Uvleftecha V'aderech U'shachbecha Uvkumecha U'kshartam Leod Al Yadecha Behayula totafot beinenecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. Continue reading the Shema silently on page 42. So if you're still reading the second paragraph, continue at your own pace. The rest of us will continue with the third paragraph of the Shema on the bottom of page 42. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Yisrael, ve'amarta lehem, ve'asu lahem tzitzit, al kanfei bigdeihem ledorotam, but not new, al tzitzit kanfad patil v'techelet, v'ha'ya lachem, letzitzit, baritem oto, v'zachartem et kol mitzvot Adonai, v'yitzitem otam, v'lo taturu, acharei levavchem, acharei nechem, asher atem zonim achareihem, leman tizkaru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'hitem kedoshim lelohechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotzeiti Etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem Emet. Let's go ahead and read the on 43A. On the right-hand side, there's a lovely essay by Arthur Green. Mitzrayim, Egypt, is derived from the word meaning strait, referring to the narrow strips of fertile land along the Nile, hemmed in by the desert. When we speak today about coming out of Egypt, or the liberation we seek on Passover, those straits are usually reapplied to our own spiritual situation. What is it that is closing us in? And what places in our lives are we too tight, too constricted, unable to see our experience life broadly and open-handedly? Our Mitzrayim is an Egypt of the mind or soul from which we need to make the long trek to freedom. Let's read together. Mitzrayim also means place of oppression. Jews far from Egypt lived in Mitzrayim for many centuries. It's amazing to read that in Montgomery, Alabama. I just got to note that. Let's continue on page 44. Umalchuto beratzon kiblu alehem Moshe u'Miriam u'vnei Yisrael lachanu shira basimcha rabba ve'amru chulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh nora tehilot osefele Malchutecha ra'uvanecha bokei yam lifnei Moshe Zeili anu ve'amru V'ne'emar kifar Adonai et Yaakov uga'alo mi'achazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ushmor tzeitenu v'oinu l'chaim u'l'shalom mi'ata v'ad olam Ufrosh aleinu sukat shlomecha Baruch atah Adonai Haporech sukat shalom aleinu Ve'al kol amo Yisrael Ve'al Yerushalayim. Page 46. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam Beini uvein v'nei Yisrael oti leolam Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Soteta Shabbat Ledorotam Berit Haolam Uvayom HaShivi'i Shavat Vayinafash Shavat Vayinafash Shavat Vayinafash Vishamru Bnei Yisrael Et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat Ledorotam Berit Olam Yikada v'yitkada Shemei Rabbah B'alma divrach yotev yamlich malchute B'chayechon uvyomechon Uvchayedecho Beit Yisrael Bagala Bagala Uvizman Kari Vimru Yishmei Rabba Mivorach Leolam Hamayo Maya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitraman V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei Kedusha Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata Tush berchata v'nechemata Tamid ran be'alma v'imru. We continue on page 47 with the silent Amida. Please stand in body or spirit as you are able and silently say the words on the page or the prayers in your heart. Those of you reciting the Amida, please continue to do so. The rest of us, let's continue on page 53. Vayechulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'kol tzevam vayechal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa Vayivarech Elohim et yom hashevi'i vayikadesh oto Kivo Shabbat bimkom melachto asher bara Elohim lasot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanara, El Elyon, Konei Shamayim v'Aretz. Please be seated. Magen avod bidvaro, Mechayev metin b'mamarom, Ha'el hakadosh ein kamohu, Hameniach le'amo, B'yom Shabbat kodsho. Kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Lefanav navo b'yarav v'fachad, V'nodei lishmo b'chol yom tamid, Me'ein habrachot, El hahodaot, Adon hashalom, Mekadesh HaShabbat Umvarech Shvi Umeniach Bigdusha Le'amigdush Neoneg Zecher Lemase Bereshi, page 54. Let's read on the top of page 54. Our God and God of our ancestors, embrace our rest. Make us holy through your mitzvot, and let the Torah be our portion. Fill our lives with your goodness, and gladden us with your deliverance. Purify our hearts to serve you truly. Adonai, our God, lovingly and willingly grant that we inherit your holy Shabbat, that the people Israel, who make your home holy, may find rest on this day. Baruch atah Adonai. Yikadav yikadash shemei rabbah. V'yama divrach yirteh v'yamlich malchuteh b'chayechon v'yamechon v'chaytecho be'Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kari v'imeru. Yehishmei rabbah mevorach le'alam u'amei amaya yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalash v'yidekudusha. Le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'yama v'imeru. Titkabas lorhon v'va'udhon dechol Yisrael kadam avuhon ti v'shamaya v'imeru. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imeru. O say shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yeshvei tevel ve'imeru. We continue with the Amida, with the Aleinu on page 57, 56. So please rise as we open the ark. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoe haratzot, shelo samchanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim. Umishachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu notei shamayim veyosed aretz umoshe vikaro bashamayim imal ushkinatu zo begohe meromi. Hu Eloheinu enon, emet malkeinu efesulato, kakatu betorato, v'yiratayom v'hashevota elevavecha. Ki Adonai hu ha-Elohim, b'shamayim imal, Ve'al ha'aretz mitachat enod. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד. Please be seated. This week, we lovingly remember Bula Beaton, Marie Clark, Reuben D. Littman, Danielle Seagal, David Seagal, Abraham Butler, Zev Capuano, and Sylvia Rubin. And I'd like to invite up Barbara to say some words about her mother.
Good Shabbos. My immigrant grandparents, Yetta and Julius Levine, left the Lower East Side of New York to open a dry goods store in South Georgia, accompanied by their 6-month-old daughter, my mother, Sylvia, and her brother, Bernard. The year was 1917. At 19, my mother went from the arms of her parents to the arms of my father, Saul Rubin, where she remained until his death on their 70th wedding anniversary. She was so beautiful without trying, and Daddy adored her. They were devoted to one another, a true love story. Sylvia was very proud of her Jewish heritage, being from the South in our small town where she remained until her late 80s. She was a good golfer, a good bridge player, a good dancer, good looking, and she loved a good time. She instilled in my brother and me a deep sense of right and wrong. Always be thankful for what you have, be a true friend, never judge, be respectful of others, and act in a way that others will respect you. Honor thy father and thy mother, and always have good manners. I will treasure the lessons she taught me, and her memory is my blessing.
Amen. Please rise for the mourners. Please rise for the mourners Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit kadash be'raba bi'alma divrach chirute ve'amlich machute b'chayechon v'yamechon uv'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru Yehesh me rabba mevarach le'olam ulamei amaya. Yit barach ve'yishtabach ve'yit pa'ar ve'yit raman ve'yit naseh ve'yit hadar ve'yit taleh ve'yit halal shemei dekudusha le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechimata ta'amiran be'alma ve'imru Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al you. Amen. Okay, and so Barbara, I'd like to invite you back up here for services.
Good Shabbos, everyone. The rabbi asked me to read the announcements. Shabbat services will continue tomorrow morning at 9:30. Rabbi Sussman will be leading services and delivering the sermon. There will be a special Kiddush luncheon after services where you can meet and talk with the Rabbi Sussman. Rabbi Sussman will join Rabbi Kramer on Saturday night at 7:30 for Havdalah. You are all welcome to come and join us. The Havdalah is in conjunction with the Alabama Community Virtual Havdalah and is via Zoom and in person. There is religious school on Sunday at 9:30 a.m. here at the synagogue. There will be Monday and Thursday minions at 7:15 with breakfast following. Next Friday night, please join us in the sanctuary for Kabbalat Shabbat as we welcome 2 visiting groups to our shul. Rabbi Crane, how you pronounce it, Rabbi? Crane and his group from the Jewish Studio in Rockville, Maryland, and Rabbi Sam Spector and his congregants from Cole, Amit, and Salt Lake City. I'd like to welcome Rabbi Sussman and thank you for your beautiful words. And you can meet and greet Rabbi Sussman after services. And please, everyone, keep in your hearts the hostages and our beloved Israel. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. And thank you to everyone for this wonderful weekend and for in continuing to do it. Let's continue. Let's finish up on with Adon Olam on page 211. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Leit Nasa B'chefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam Ve'acharei Kiklot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nara Adon Olam Vehu haya, vehu hove, vehu iye batifara, Adon Olam, Adon Olam. Asher malach, b'terem kol, Yitzir nivra, leit nasa, b'chefso kol, Azai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam. Vehu echad ve'en sheni Lahamshil lo lahachbira Adon Olam Bali reshit, bali tachlit Velo ha'oz ve'ha'misra Adon Olam Adon Olam Asher malach B'terem kol Yetzir nivra Leit nasa V'chefso kol Azai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam Vehu Eli v'chai goali V'tzorchev li be'etzara Adon Olam Vehu nisi umanos li Manakosi beyom ekra Adon Olam Adon Olam Asher malach b'terem kol Yetzir nivra Leit nasa b'chefso kol Azai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam Be'ado afki ruchi Be'edishan ve'a'ira Adon Olam Ve'im ruchi geviati Adonai li velo ira Adon Olam. Shabbat Shalom. Thanks.